Yay Media Group.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS. Okay, last time we did the podcast, I said that I have a story for you, and that is how I literally, have you ever, okay, I've never had this happen before because I'm an eater. I'm like Trey. Like, I like food. I never.
Yeah, this skinny girl can throw down.
I never don't feel, like, I always am like, what's my next meal? Like, I try to be healthy, but I love some food. So I'm telling you, for like 7 days straight, I could not, but I didn't feel sick. This is the weirdest thing. I did not feel sick. Like, I didn't feel, you know, whenever you just have a stomach bug, usually you're like nauseous or like you feel that way. Not sick at all. However, if I had zero appetite, like zero appetite. I'm not taking any shots or anything, people, by the way, before you guys say Ozempic. Nothing. I'm not taking anything, nothing, okay? This came out of the blue. No shots, nothing. I had zero appetite, which never happens, right? And when I tried to force myself to eat, I felt like physically ill.
Oh, what does it feel like to be God's favorite?
But only when I tried to force myself to eat. One day, to the point where day 4, I started worrying about myself. I was like on WebMD, like, what is wrong with me?
What's your secret?
No, I have no idea what happened. And when I say one day, I was like, I've got to eat something. Like, all I could hold down was the Costco Kirkland protein shakes.
Okay.
So I could do 2 of those a day. That's all I could. I mean,
so what do I need to eat that you ate?
So one day, I was like really concerned, and I started feeling like you know, like you start. And I did not work out because I'm like, I know I'm like living off of a liquid diet. So one day I went to Chick-fil-A, and I was like, I wonder if they have good chicken noodle soup, because all I wanted was potato soup like my daddy makes, but he wasn't there. So so I go to Chick-fil-A, get some chicken noodle soup because I have an hour in carpool, and I'm like, my goal today is to eat this chicken noodle soup. That's my own, like, because I have to get something of substance in me. And when I say it took me an entire day to eat 1 cup of chicken, that's how sick. I've never had it before in my life, but I was not, like, I did not feel sick. It was just, I could not eat.
This is my dream.
Yesterday was the first day I ate a full meal.
Why?
Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I just felt like
I need you to figure it out.
It was a good like 7 to 8 days. I could not eat, and I was not like, I was like, it's almost like,
but you didn't have food poisoning.
I don't think, because I think you would be sick with that, right? So no food poisoning, nothing. Okay, nothing. So this kind of ties into, I called Trey yesterday, and I was like, I had the most stressful day yesterday. I had to actually go home and like calm myself down. Okay. So first of all, yes, I know people are like, Stephanie, this is lazy for you never to have done this. But a week ago was the first time at my 45 tender years I've ever had a mammogram, right? Mm-hmm. And Travis and I, and there are people that Travis knew. So they're like, you know, a little bit older than me, but still young. I mean, under 60.
This is where they smash your chimichangas?
Yeah,
between 2 plates?
But the reason, well, first of all, you're supposed to go. I was supposed to go years ago. I just have never done it. I don't know why.
When should you start going?
I mean, obviously, I'm sure probably 35 knowing me, and it's been a good 10. I mean, I don't know. But I know for years and years, my doctor's like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, this is easy. Just, you need to have this. So, anyway, but this past year, Travis and I have had like 4 or 5 people that he, like 3 of them that he was really, really close with that have died of cancer, right? That passed away from cancer. So this year, that's why I was like, this year I am, and I know people who have like just found out they had cancer, and I'm like, okay, I have 2 children, and I love my husband. I really do. I love the man. We are in the best we've been like in forever. Like we're in a really good place. But regardless, if I passed away, I do not trust the people that he would bring around our children. Like I have to live a long life, because on my deathbed, I would give a list of people that he is not allowed to date. I mean, I would have it all written out, and I would make a video, and give it to my children too. And if he ever dated these certain people that are hot messes,
She'd have it like on an auto post.
I would.
Like every year.
I would have a video
back.
of like, if you date this hoe, like no. But I love him. But I also would really worry about my children and who would be in their life. If I'm being honest, like it's hard to beat me. I mean, I'm just fabulous. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, I am gonna get a mammogram. This is not a hard thing to do, by the way. So I call this mammogram place, and I'm so dumb. I thought that I had to get my, my girly bits doctor's appointments. You know what I'm talking about?
Your cooter?
Yes, but what's that called?
I don't know.
Like annual pap smear.
Oh.
I thought that I had to have them call in an order for a mammogram, which is not true. So if you're listening, if you've never had one, you can just get on, just like call a place and do it, right? You don't have to have like a doctor's referral, which I thought you did because I obviously never had one before. And my doctor was like, no, you don't have to have one. But she said, but I do feel something on your breast that's small, but like, so go in and have them look at it. So
now we've got a concern.
So now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, like I am so lazy. Like I should have done this forever ago. This is stupid. So I go in and get a mammogram done last week. And I always do it after we record the podcast because I am doing it in Irving because it's just easier to get into than a Dallas. It's like I don't have to anyways, it's convenient, okay? So I go and get it done and they, squish your chimichangas. It's not as bad as people say it is. Like my mom has humongous chimichangas and she said they squeeze her to death and it's painful. And I was really expecting the worst. It's not bad. I have maybe TMI. I have implants. So they do
how does that work?
So for those of you who I'm sure most people have had them done, if you haven't and you have an augmentation, they will do 2 scans. They do one and it's kind of weird because you go in there and you're like have this little, robe that looks like a cape with no arms. And they say, right boob first. And then I don't plop it on the machine. The lady plops it for me. So she like lifts it up, positions it. And then she says, push your butt back. And then so you push your butt back. And then I guess it really gets your chimichanga in the perfect position. And then I didn't realize you had to hold your breath. So I'm sitting there about to pass out while they do this. While they do the scan.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp's 2026 State of Stigma report surveyed 2,000 Americans and revealed that 85% of Americans believe that getting support is wise, yet 74% say that society discourages people from doing so. And I find that very interesting because I feel like for so long, the stigma around therapy has often been that it's so expensive, but that is really where BetterHelp comes into play. BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists worldwide with the largest online therapy platform and have served over 6 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp's therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matchmaking work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. All you do is fill out a short questionnaire to help identify your needs and preferences, and their over 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate mean that they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to different therapists at any time from their tailored recommendations. Don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/weeklydose. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/weeklydose. Some of the best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. They're comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for every occasion. That is why I love Quince. They make elevated essentials with premium materials like European linens, organic cottons, and washable silks without the traditional retail markup. We have been very loud and proud about how much we love Quince on this show. I'm actually wearing their jeans right now. I love their t-shirts, but when I tell you their underwear is so silky soft, you have to try it to fully understand what I'm talking about. Every single thing I have ordered from Quince, I had absolutely loved. And they're expanding into other verticals now too. They have caviar, they have couches. They have you name it. They've got their bedding. I've heard is incredible. I haven't ordered it, but I have heard their bedding is incredible, and I can testify everything I have bought from Quince, I've absolutely loved. Ooh, including their denim. Quince also has beautiful 14 karat gold jewelry that adds subtle finishing touches. Simple hoops and dedicated chains make the most effortless outfits feel very intentional. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And fun fact, if you scroll on a product to the lower half of their website, they'll show you who makes a similar product and what they're charging to really reinstate the fact that you're getting a great deal at Quince. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/weekly dose for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/weekly dose for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/weekly dose.
All right, I'm going to be a friend to you in the way that Stephanie was a friend to me. If you are looking for something to get your swimsuit body ready as quick as possible, the only answer is Prolon. I have done Prolon now twice, and when I tell you, I lost 8 pounds the first time and I lost 12 pounds the second time. It is the best way to drop weight and just like cleanse your body, reset your system, and get you swimsuit ready.
And I'm telling you, if Trey can do it, anybody can do it.
That's
Because
the
this
truth.
man cannot stick to anything.
No, I hate a diet, but Prolon is not a diet,
yeah.
it's a science.
So what I like about Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program, and the food is actually really, really good. It's soups. There are these like yummy crackers, olives. I'm an olive girly, so I love olives. And my favorite thing that they give you is this like little chocolate like wafer. That's my favorite. Like I put it in the freezer.
It's a little sweet treat at the end of the day.
Yummy.
My
Yeah.
concern was that there wasn't going to be enough food for me to feel like I ate that day, but there was so much food. The crazy thing about Prolon, though, is it tricks your body at a cellular level into thinking you're fasting while giving you all the nutrients you need to be healthy.
Prolon has also been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, with muscle protection, energy, and a healthier relationship with food.
Ready for your own reset? For a limited time, Prolon is offering Weekly Dose of BS listeners 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/weeklydose. That's PROLONLIFE.com/weeklydose to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/weeklydose.
So first they do the scan to show the implants, and then somehow this magician of a tech that works there pulls all my actual breast tissue forward, like clamps it down, like she like has it, like has my like clamps it down, and then says, "Okay, push your butt back." So I do, and then it's just my actual breast tissue with my implant, and then she squeezes that, and a machine takes a picture of that on either side. So she says they may call you back. So just like if they do, just be aware that they may call you back, right? So I'm like, okay. So I leave. And then like 4 days later, they call me back and say, we want you to come in for more pictures. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
That would stress me out.
This is stressing me out, right? And it's probably a very normal thing, but this is my first one to ever have done, right?
Did you ask why?
No, because it was just like the person that works at the front desk. It wasn't like it was a doctor. They just said, hey, we want you to come back in. When are you able to come in? And I said, after the podcast. So I did this yesterday. So I go yesterday. And the first time I went, it was like 20 minutes. I was in and out. They had pictures. Everything. So I go in at the same location. And it's also kind of weird because whenever you walk in, I don't know how many people like are mean to these technicians, the people that work there, but all over the place there are signs like, you better be nice to our employees or we can kick you out. Like everywhere. Like you have to, yes, everywhere it's pretty much warning you. If you're rude and yell at our employees, you're going to be kicked out. I was like, oh my, these people must go through a lot in life. And all the employees were so nice that work there, super nice. So I go in, and the same lady's there, and she shows me these two little circles that she circled, and she said, okay, on each breast, we have like these are areas that they want to get a closer look on. And I'm like, oh my god. And by the way, I've again never had this done, so I am very stressed out. I'm like, okay. And I already have not eaten in 7 days. So I already feel like there's something wrong with me. And then this is just reinforcing. And I'm like, maybe my boobs are what's wrong with me. And it's just all coming to a head. So then, so I'm like, okay. So so she's like, I'm going to try to get just these certain areas in our mammogram. So they pinch my so she plops them up there again, does everything. I hold my breath, and I'm already just so stressed out. And then she says, okay, well, I'm going to go talk to the radiologist. And whenever I walked in, I'm going to back up. They showed me how much it would probably be outside of insurance. It was like $1,200.
For what?
Because they were doing all these, because they want to do all this stuff.
Oh,
yes.
my.
And they said there's a high possibility that we're gonna need you to go and also do a ultrasound after this mammogram. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on with me? So she shows me these two things. I take pictures, and then she says, I'm gonna go talk to the radiologist right now. And then she's waiting for me. And then I think that there's a high possibility that they're gonna want you to get a ultrasound. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I'm trying to be cool as a cucumber, but inside I'm like, oh, Jesus help me. So then she comes back in. They have me go to lay down and get ultrasound of my chimichangas. So the lady does her thing, and she's like clicking. So I know, because I've had a baby, they take pictures, right? I'm like, oh my goodness. So she says, okay, I'm gonna go get the radiologist, and she wants to talk to you. She'll be in a second. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? So I'm like, okay, well, do I set up, or do you want me just to keep laying here? And she said, no, just lay there. She'll be there in a second. So 10 minutes later, I am very antsy. She's not in to talk to me. So I set up, and I turn around and look at the screen, and all of my little pictures are up of my chimichangas, and there's like this black dot on my boobs and this thing. And I get online and look at like, because nobody's coming in to talk to me. So then my mind's going crazy. So then I get online, like
So you
should
Googled it?
never do, and Google ultrasound mammogram, or ultrasound, mammogram pictures, whatever. And all these things come up, and they say the black dot, if it's like black on there, it could mean something bad.
Death.
So I am just sure. I messaged Travis, and I'm like, I am so stressed out right now. Anyway, long story short.
She's writing that list of people that he can never talk to.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, no. So long story short, the doctor comes in. I've been there an hour and a half at this point, right? And
That is criminal.
Yes, and
You've been sitting there waiting for an hour and a half?
Total, from when I get there. But like probably 15 minutes in that. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I was with another patient. She was like, everything looks good. It looks like you just have a cyst, and that's natural. It's just a fluid-filled sac, and it can get bigger or smaller based on it when it's that time of the month. And I was like, literally had it all in my mind that something horrible was going on. When I say I left there, gladly paid my tab, and I called Travis, and I was like, I was trying to act cool as a cucumber, but I've never been so stressed out in my entire life. And the only thing I could think of was, you stupid girl. Like, why did you not, you waited all these years to do this. Anyways, if you're listening, get your mammograms. That's all I'm saying, because that was so freaking stressful. And she said now that I have a fibrous tissue, I guess, in my breast, so it's harder to see things. But I didn't know that. I just thought that something was really, really wrong. Anyways, get your mammograms, people. Get your mammograms.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp's 2026 State of Stigma report surveyed 2,000 Americans and revealed that 85% of Americans believe that getting support is wise, yet 74% say that society discourages people from doing so. And I find that very interesting, because I feel like for so long, the stigma around therapy has often been that it's so expensive, but that is really where BetterHelp comes into play. BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists worldwide, with the largest online therapy platform, and have served over 6 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp's therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matchmaking work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. All you do is fill out a short questionnaire to help identify your needs and preferences, and their over 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate mean that they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to different therapists at any time from their tailored recommendations. Don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/weeklydose. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/weeklydose.
I'm also supposed to have a colonoscopy for the first time this year, and you better believe after that experience I just had,
Booking it.
my booty hole is going to be thoroughly looked at because I am like, but it was terrifying. I had to go home. It took me a good 45 minutes of breathing exercises to calm down from that experience.
Goodness.
It was so stressful. It was so stressful. But I told Travis, I said, you know what they should do? They should say, hey, you look great. Nothing looks wrong.
Give me some reassurance.
She's going to be here soon. But like when they're having you go from one, room
An emotional
to another,
roller coaster.
I was literally just like, I almost teared up a few times. I was like, what did I do to myself?
Oh.
Horrible. But anyways, everything's good. That was a long story. But I hope you went through that emotional roller coaster with me, and it makes you get your mammogram. Get your boobies checked, ladies. It is worth it. It's worth it.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, on that note,
yes,
that's all we got.
I don't even know what that episode was about, but it was
Chimichangas.
informative. I'll tell you that much. Thank you guys so much for listening. Oh, anyways, but maybe so then I went home. There is an end to it. So then I went home and I was able to eat a full meal for the first time. So I'm wondering if it wasn't just like stress and nerves.
Yeah, I think you were just like secretly stressing yourself out.
Yes. So anyways, I messaged my doctor and I said, hey, I may need some Xanax to get through my life because this whole week has worn me down.
And it's Tuesday.
And it is Tuesday. So it only is going to go up from here. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Hollman on Instagram and TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast. And you can watch us on YouTube at Weekly Dose of BS. Bye.
Bye.
Yay Media Group.